and welcome to Visconia. Today's topic is the posts.
Yeah, there are some posts in IR theories, and we hear it quite often than ever.
If you do your studies.
If you do your studies, and they are of vital importance.
Today we're going to explain what they mean, where do they come from, and how they differ from one another.
Since what's more confusing than that?
Yeah, exactly.
So, first things first. In IR, post-positivism and post-modernism, they are actually the different names for the same thing, which refers to the umbrella term for a group of theories with post-positivist characters. For example, post-structuralism, post-colonialism, feminism, and arguably constructivism.
Phew.
In order to understand what the posts are, it makes obvious sense to understand firstly what the original ones are. Positivism, modernism, and structuralism. So these posts, the prefix in front of all these terms, they refer to the revisit of a retrospective, introspective, and reflective approach to the old ones.
Okay, so positivism and modernism in social sciences come in this passion that comes from the enlightenment of thinking in a rational way about the world. So you use scientific and quantitative methods to analyze everything. So like with natural sciences basically. So grand theories in IR such as realism, liberalism and Marxism fall under these categories. And they tend to understand the world and society from an objective way, or at least that's what they say. So it's this idea of I put myself out of the situation, I watch, and I understand, and therefore I create a theory. And I explain things by how I'm watching it, but outside of what I'm explaining. So therefore I'm objective, and I'm using all these scientific methods to explain. So the positivist or modernist approach is characterized by assumptions based on generalization or totalization. By the way, where's your pen and notebook? You need to write this down.
Post-positivism or post-modernism, they initially started in art, architecture and literature, and then found its way into humanities and social science, which IR is a part of. They don't really believe in the claim that it is possible to have a pure, objective observation of the things, of the situation that the observers are observing. For example, they don't believe it is possible to withdraw the observer out from the situation. This understanding makes the observers and also the theorists alike insiders rather than outsiders, so that no theorist can be value-free. Therefore, there is not a single final truth out there without the observer's input into the outcome of observation. In a word, post-positivism theories challenge the meta-narrative, and it's critical about, first of all, absolute truth, and second of all, objective reality, and they do promote pluralism.
The post-positivist turn in international relations resonated well with the fourth great debate, which happened during the 1980s. What is the fourth great debate, you might ask? Well, in IR theory there have been many debates about which theory or which approach is better to understand and analyze international relations. So the first debate was between realism and idealism. The second one between traditionalism and behavioralism. The third one was whether scientific approaches would be more appropriate to analyze IR. These are responsible for the advent of the neos, so like neorealism and neoliberalism. And then the fourth one is between rationalism and reflectivism. So it's neorealism, neoliberalism, the structural approaches, versus feminism, post-colonialism, post-structuralism, all the new theories. So it's basically between positivism and post-positivism.
So what post-positivist theorists do is that they encourage you to take a radical reflexivity by constantly asking the question why. For example, why is there anarchy, sovereignty, or even state in the first place? In other words, things we take for granted are all questionable actually under post-positivism.
So it's basically what we do in Visconia. Oh my god, have I just revealed this secret on a pretty theoretical foundation?
Did you just? Because I can't even?
To postmodernism, language is something vitally important. Why? Because according to their ontological fashion, the world is essentially discursive.
But what does that mean?
Well, that means that there is no objective, absolute reality whatsoever, but rather things and events are constructed and perceived on the basis of language. So the postmodernist logic is this.
The world is discursive, nothing is set in stone but a reflection.
The meta-narrative and totalization are frowned upon, and pluralism is celebrated. Yeah! Well everyone, thanks for watching. That was all for today. We talked about the difference between modernism and postmodernism, or positivism and post-positivism, to say. And keep an eye on further videos because we're going to explain now each of the theories that are under this umbrella terms, which are postmodernism and positivism. So thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.
Post-positivism,
Postmodernism,
post-structuralism,
post-colonialism,
post-feminism,
post-Marxism,
post-realism,
post-realism, post-IR.